everyone, this is Chorus Landwalker, and tonight we have another exciting episode of Star Trek Online. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to kind of take a moment to point out something that has been brought to my attention thanks to the Star Trek Online launcher, that we are having a bit of an anniversary today. As you can see here, it was on this day, back in 1966, when the series Star Trek began. Hey Cap, how are you doing this evening? Hope things are going well on your end of the monitor today. Because we're at the anniversary, for the next couple weeks apparently, there's going to be an exhibit at DS9 and at Earth Space Dock. An exhibit of spaceships, of the 10 quote-unquote legendary starships. If that sounds familiar, it's because last year there was this big sale going on for, well, was it last year? It was during the 10th year anniversary of the game. And it seems that they're being brought back out for this museum. We'll probably take a look at it. There's also a number of sales on the C store that we're not going to go into because, well, I'm not here to shill the C store. It's just the way I am. Unfortunately, what this has also done is take up time on my launcher because of the patching. That's right, because it's apparently a couple gig more patching than I expected, and therefore my game actually isn't up yet. Yeah, so there's that. There we go. I had to kick the launcher a couple times to get from being stuck. Also of note, apparently there's a big task force operation that's in the works, Operation Wolf, which is going to feature the Mirror Universe and an unholy alliance, apparently, between Starfleet and Admiral Lita from the Mirror Universe. How this is even a thing, I don't know. But it is. So, that's the way it's going to be. Unfortunately, my client is not bloody cooperating here today. First, it takes forever to patch up. Now it's not launching. Come on, guys. How am I supposed to do a Star Trek Online stream if the Star Trek Online game isn't cooperating? I don't believe this. It's just sitting there. Okay, we're going to... It's like this game is trying to drive me insane. Let's see if we do any better with this launch. If you're coming in late, I'm having what is commonly referred to as game client technical difficulties. But I think that we may finally be past it. And here we are. Whew. Okay. Well, that was a little more exciting of a start than I expected in the wrong kind of ways. Now, I am conveniently at New Rhymeless right now because while I was offline, I decided to clean out my inventory a bit so that I wouldn't be taking up stream time playing around selling all my junk. And amazingly, it looks like most of it actually did sell. At least the stuff I put on there. Sadly, what this game does not have in its mail is the ability to select all. Annoying. At least I can delete selected. Still less difficult than Star Citizen last week, though. Yes, that was a nightmare all by itself. But we got through that and managed to get the Xenothreat stuff taken care of. So all is well on that front, supposedly. I have upgrades available so I can get the Tier 2 Nukara, and still have enough left over to do the daily for Nukara for one more kick. Even though it's not going to actually get me anything. But why not? Discovery Legends is done as far as that goes, and the rush to continue filling up New Romulus Tier 6 still going. It's got a long way to go, though. Not going to have enough Romulan marks. Well, that's always an occupational hazard. So, let's beam up to the ship. And since we're not conveniently near a starbase, I'm just going to have to see what transport capabilities I've got available. I should be able to transport myself to Sol. And I can. Do I have DS9? No. So, Sol system it is. We're going to take a brief pause with the Civil War so we can check out these historical museum things. Hopefully it'll be in some kind of rational order that will make sense. Now, I feel compelled to mention that, like I said, I'm pretty sure these things are in the C-store right now, but don't get your heart set on it because they will come in a big bundle and they will be mucho C-store dinero.
It is my honor to introduce the official Starfleet Ships of the Line Museum. This undertaking, made possible by the help of so many of you, is to educate the galaxy at large about the history of some of the greatest ships to serve in Starfleet, and allow you to look at full-sized replicas of the ships, lovingly recreated and restored. Please, take your time and peruse this look back at our history. I know that I, myself, have already spent several days staring in wonder at these pieces of the past, preserved and revived for this day.
You know, I would hope that the president has better things to do than stare at these for hours on end.
Several museums and galleries around the galaxy, but it will be visible once a year above Earth Space Dock and Deep Space Nine on this most important date.
All right, well. Looks like we're all in a nice little line here, so let's hop over to our first exhibit. USS Enterprise. In specific, the original USS Enterprise. NCC 1701. And you can see, there's a nice little comparison here about how, of course it's a replica, so I'm not entirely sure if it's to scale, but I'm pretty sure it's to scale. My raider is bigger than the heavy cruisers of yesteryear.
Space, the final frontier.
The most celebrated space starship of her time. the Constitution-class Enterprise had over 40 years in service to Starfleet. Beat that, all of you other guys. Most of that time, including her celebrated 5-year mission from 2265 to 2270, was under the command of James T. Kirk. Besides her initial mission goals of seeking out new life and new civilizations, the Enterprise assisted many in need throughout the galaxy and defended the Federation from threats such as Khan Noonien Singh. In her final flight, she was commandeered from Starfleet by her most famous captain and crew before being destroyed over the Genesis planet. Notable members: James T. Kirk, Spock, Leonard McCoy, Montgomery Scott, Hikaru Sulu, Nyota Uhura, and Pavel Chekhov. And of course we have information about, the series, which we are not going to go into because that's kind of out of character. And let's try to stay a little in character, right? But let's move on to the next famous Enterprise. Enterprise 1701D. Picard's Enterprise.
Let's make sure
Damn it, Jim.
never forgets the name.
I'm an engineer, not a hate bot. Hello, Legend. I hope things are going well with you today. The 5th ship to bear both the Enterprise name and her iconic 1701 registry, the Enterprise D is an iconic piece of Federation history. Led by the principles of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, this legendary vessel ventured into a galaxy much changed since the original NCC-1701 had gone on her 5-year mission. During her time among the stars, the Enterprise D was present a part of many major historical events. I feel like they need to redo that sentence because it sounds wrong. Including the first encounters with both the Q Continuum and the Borg. Without the dedication of her brave crew, many more lives would likely have been lost in these incidents. Notable crew members, and we got quite a list here: Jean-Luc Picard, William Riker, Beverly Crusher, Worf, Data, Geordi LaForge, Deanna Troi, Wesley Crusher, why does he even rate? Catherine Pulaski, and Tasha Yar. Now, the next on the list is not an Enterprise, but is famous in and of itself, the USS Defiant. NX-74205. Although, technically speaking, well, let's see if the little blurb here mentions that detail.
We are explorers. We explore our lives, day by day. And we explore the galaxy, trying to expand the boundaries of our knowledge. And that is why I am here. Not to conquer you with weapons or with ideas, but to coexist and learn.
The Defiant class project was begun in 2366 as a response to the increased Borg threat to the Federation. This tough little ship was Starfleet's first real attempt at a warship, with almost no scientific equipment on board. Ultimately, she did not pass her trials, and the project was put on hold until Commander Benjamin Sisko, a member of the Defiant team, asked for her to be assigned to Deep Space Nine to hold off the threat of the Dominion. From there, she served with distinction in the Dominion War and remained in service until her destruction in 2375. USS Sao Paulo was assigned to Deep Space Nine and renamed the Defiant in her honor. Notable crew members: Benjamin Sisko, Jadzia Dax, Ezri Dax, Worf, Julian Bashir, Miles O'Brien, Kira Nerys, Nog, Odo, Quark, and Jake Sisko as honorary members. Now, the next on our list is notable for not spending much of its time in the Alpha or Beta quadrants, the USS Voyager.
In a region where shifting allegiances are commonplace, we have to have something stable to rely on. And we do. The principles and ideals of the Federation.
The USS Voyager holds the distinction of being the starship that explored the most unknown space during the course of her voyage, although this was not her intended mission. During a mission to secure the Maquis terrorists on board the Valjean, the ship encountered a being known as the Caretaker and was thrust 70,000 light-years into the Delta Quadrant. For 7 years, under the more than capable command of Catherine Janeway, The crew searched for a way to return to the Alpha Quadrant and their loved ones, finally succeeding in 2378. The scientific and anthropological data brought back from her voyage was instrumental to the Federation's understanding of the varied species and locales of the Delta Quadrant, knowledge that is still referenced to this day. Notable members: Catherine Janeway, Tuvok, Chakotay, Harry Kim, Tom Paris, 7 of 9, Alana Torres, the Doctor, not to be confused with that Time Lord guy, Neelix, and Kess. Alright, now we're going to go a little further back in time to the days before there was a Federation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gone a little. I saw Enterprise and I assumed it was going backwards with the series, but no, we're actually going ahead to 1701E.
A line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
After the destruction of the Enterprise D in 2371, this Sovereign-class vessel was rechristened in her honor and launched as the Enterprise E. The crew of the previous Enterprise was transferred over mostly intact and continued to serve under the command of Jean-Luc Picard. Sleeker and arguably more powerful than her predecessor, the Enterprise E served with distinction in several major Starfleet crises, including the Borg invasion of Earth's past, the conflict with the Son'a, and the battle with the Romulan Shinzon. He wasn't technically Romulan, but we'll let it go. Notable crew members: Jean-Luc Picard, William Riker, Beverly Crusher, Worf, Data, Geordi LaForge, and Deanna Troi. Okay. Now, while we're on the subject of Enterprises, let's go to one that doesn't exist. The Kelvin Timeline Enterprise.
Your father was captain of a starship for 12 minutes.
He saved 800 lives, including your mother's and yours.
I dare you to do better.
The ship you are viewing is a replica of a ship from an alternate universe. During the destruction of Romulus, Ambassador Spock and a Romulan terrorist known as Nero were pulled into a black hole and transferred back in time to 2233. Nero's ship, the Narada, engaged with the USS Kelvin, creating a branching timeline that resulted in many changes from the history we know. Knowledge of this universe, including this alternate version of historic Enterprise, was gained during the Spear Builder incident in 2410. Notable crew members: James T. Kirk, Spock, Leonard McCoy, Montgomery Scott, Karu Sulu, Yoda Uhura, Pavel Chekhov, and 0718. In fact, if you are someone who does one of the missions in this game, you can and your Starfleet aligned, you can actually claim him as a bridge officer. Okay, moving on with other Enterprises. And this one is the original Enterprise, NX-01.
We'll find a way through this. But I won't leave anyone behind. Not if I can help it. I can't try to save humanity without holding on to what makes me human.
In 2151, before the Federation had even been formed, the first Starfleet ship to bear the name Enterprise was launched. She was the first ship capable of doing Warp 5, a huge leap forward technologically. This experimental new ship was meant to be on a test run until an encounter with a Klingon changed everything. Under the command of Jonathan Archer, she served with distinction until 2161, when she was retired with full honors. During her historic voyage into stars, she was instrumental in protecting humanity from many threats, including the Xindi weapon. Notable crew members: Jonathan Archer, T'Pol, Charles Tucker III, Malcolm Reed, Travis Mayweather, Hoshi Sato, and Phlox. Now we're going to go into an area that is not my strongest point of knowledge, because it is the USS Discovery.
The only way to defeat fear is to tell it no. No. We will not take shortcuts on the path to righteousness. No. We will not break the rules that protect us from our basest instincts. No. We will not allow desperation to destroy moral authority.
With her exploits only recently rediscovered after years of the highest classification, USS Discovery is an important part of Federation history that we are only just learning about. It was discovered that one of her captains, Gabriel Lorca, had been replaced by his counterpart from the Mirror Universe during the Prior's World incident. After his removal from command, the Discovery was instrumental in ending the First Federation-Klingon War, and in stopping the threat of the rogue AI known as Control. The ship then disappeared into the far future, where all of her recorded history has been lost. Or rather, hasn't happened. Yet. Notable crew: Gabriel Lorca, Saru, Michael Burnham, Paul Stamets, Ellen Landry, Ash Tyler, Hugh Culber, Sylvia Tilley, Ariam, Jet Reno, Philippa Georgiou, Christopher Pike, and Spock. That may be the longest list of notable crew that we've run into so far. Since we're on the subject of famous ships, Enterprise again. But this one is not quite the same one we've seen before.
Wherever our mission takes us, we'll try to have a little fun along the way too, huh? Make a little noise, ruffle a few feathers.
This replica is an example of the design iteration on one of the most famous of starships. While the Enterprise's most famous appearance is seen earlier in this museum, this is an example of what the ship looked like in 2257 under the command of Christopher Pike. While James T. Kirk may cast the longest shadow in Starfleet, Pike was a kind and deeply effective captain who led the Enterprise to explore many strange new worlds. It is interesting to see the difference between this vessel and Kirk's Enterprise, and an encouragement to all Starfleet officers to always be thinking of the future and how to improve on past designs. Notable crew members: Christopher Pike, Una, aka Number 1, Spock, and Nan. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly. Don't hate me. And finally, lastly, and not leastly, Enterprise F. Today's Enterprise.
Theirs not to make reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to do and die. Into the Valley of Death rode the 600.
The flagship of Starfleet, the Enterprise F has served during some of the most tumultuous years in Federation history, from the war with the Klingon Empire to the catastrophic battles of the Iconian War, the conflict with the Senkethi and the Herc, and the current troubles in the Klingon Empire. It's hard to believe this ship has only been in service for 2 years. In 2409, she launched under the command of Vakel Shan, and has been keeping us safe ever since. We at this museum hope that as long as there is a Federation, there will be a ship to bear the name Enterprise. Notable crew members: Vakel Shan, Samuel Winters, Tyrell Cav, Tem Anasi, Saville, Philippa Matthias, Kiona, and Kira Yoshi O'Brien. And there you have it, a proud lineage of epic starships. Sadly, however, there is no place in the museum for other notable starships like ours. Hey, maybe someday. And now that we've gotten that historic bit of inspiration out of the way, it's time to wade into the hips, shall we? We are in the final episode arc currently in the game, the Klingon Civil War, and we are about to begin the Khitomer Discord.
It appears the hunt for Jopula may come to an end soon. Our latest intel indicates she's operating out of 4 key sectors, including Khitomer. I've dispatched operatives to 3 of those sectors, but I want you to check out Khitomer personally. I'm sending General Martok with you. If she's there, I want the Alliance's best to take her down and bring an end to this civil war. Do your best to take her alive. But if she forces your hand, give her that traitor's death she deserves.
You can always rely on a Klingon to pretty much get right to the point. We have our usual trifecta of rewards: experience points, expertise, and dilithium ore. So if we had expertise. I wonder, did I get a point when I wasn't looking? I got a point when I wasn't looking. Okay. Let's put a point in my strategist here. You know, I'm a big fan of something that says immunity to torpedo impacts. Let's go with that. As for our choice of rewards, we have dual nanopulse mechliths, so we have another melee weapon to play with here, or a disruptor beam array. Well, you know, I know which one I'm going to go with. I don't need disruptors.
Empire well.
But technically, I don't need mechliths either, but at least they're cool. We are going to zap ourselves directly to Kittimer. And begin. Kittimer has been a pretty popular place for treaty work and all that, so I expect all kinds of entertainment going on here. Of course, now that I think about it, the last time we were at Kittimer, things went to hell.
In times like this, every warrior needs someone they can trust at their side. And when fighting the Mokai, someone to watch their back as well.
Right back at ya.
Hogran's here in that fancy new Alliance ship of his, flying Overwatch. Perhaps he's picked up some intel that could help us track down the matriarch.
Well, let's find out and ask.
Give my regards to the ferryman.
Or he might be busy.
If the Mokai want to fight, then a fight they shall have. To battle!
To battle. And we're going to start our battle by going into cloak. Oh, be quiet. Well, we didn't quite kill him, regrettably. But he's not exactly feeling too good either. And I appear to have swapped targets out. Where'd they all go? I guess we won? I guess it's along lines of brave, brave Sir Robin. Oh, I shouldn't do that singing kind of thing. I might have a DMCA strike if I do that.
Welcome to Kittimer. As you can see, the rebels are keeping us busy here. Skirmishers warping in to test our mettle. They have not found us lacking. As for Drahula, we've picked up some chatter recently. Nothing verified, but...
You know, you were doing fine until that last word. What is it?
Intelligence thinks she's in space, under cloak, planning her next attack. But the chatter suggests she may be planetside, working with people friendly to her cause. A bold move, if it's true. I suggest sending a team to the surface to investigate. Hawk Nuch Care.
Yeah, you know, given that Drahula has done everything he's done has been quote-unquote bold moves, I'm betting it's likely.
We're picking up some erratic readings from the outer part of the sector. Could be more skirmishers trying to sneak in and sink their blades in our backs. We'll deal with it. You should keep looking for the matriarch.
Now you know he's being lured away for a diversion, right? I mean, it's blatantly obvious, right?
Good hunting. And tread carefully. A nest of diplomats can be a dangerous place.
I hear that.
When the Ferengi say the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife, I believe they had diplomats in mind.
Martok with the burn.
I know some people down there. We might be able to get some intel out of them, provided they don't bore us to death with their witless banter.
Yeah, well, you know, as long as that Federation ambassador isn't there, we should be okay. You know the one. Zero, what's his name? So let's go into standard orbit and beam down.
Command. We've been expecting you. Your away team is cleared for transport to the diplomatic chambers at your convenience.
And now, a look at our dramatis personae, as they say. Varsal, Shayla, Varara Talon, and... No! Yes, we're nearing the end, but I still have not gotten tired of it. Not to mention, of course, Admiral Tellel herself.
Let's check in. Tedious, but necessary. The front desk officer might have some insight on the Ja'ula situation as well. They see every face that comes in here. Officially.
I'm more concerned about the unofficial.
Used to be a monument to Klingon glory. Much has changed.
Oh, I guess reception's over here. I probably shouldn't be carrying the flamethrower on my back. It would look bad.
Welcome to the diplomatic chambers. Several delegates are present to discuss the Mokai rebellion in the Chamber of Alliance nearby.
Yeah, you seen anyone who looks vaguely like Ja'ula around here?
That is an interesting rumor, considering that several blood feuds have been declared against House Mokai. I would find that unlikely, not to mention messy.
Yeah, you obviously haven't met Ja'ula. Where's the delegates?
You will find the Klingon delegation in the central area of the Chamber of Alliance. It is flanked on the left and right by the Romulan and Federation delegations, respectively. The delegation from the Dominion can be found across from the Klingons until their formal section is completed.
Well, looks like the Dominion is actually following through on becoming a part of galactic politics after their little incident with the Herc.
Let's see what the delegates know. The Chamber of Alliance is a couple of rooms ahead of us.
Martok sounds unhappy. Then again, this is kind of a formerly... You can tell from the architecture, it used to be Klingon stronghold, so... He might have certain issues.
So, this is the Chamber of Alliance. Huh. It wasn't long ago that it was called the Chamber of Conquest. I spent many a night in here, drinking blood wine and singing songs to honor the glorious dead, heroes all. Those days are gone. Conquest has given way to alliance, to diplomacy.
Well, you know, trying to kill each other kind of went poorly, don't you think? It's probably better that we go with the diplomacy thing. You know anybody here?
Several. I know 3 of the 4 delegates here. Some more than others, but enough to get their ear and see what they know about Ja'ula's whereabouts.
I'm gonna guess the one that you don't know is from the Dominion.
The one from the Dominion. They must have assigned
I'm so good.
Vorta. I don't recognize this one. You'd better do the talking. Vorta and I do not always get along.
Thanks a heap, Martok. Just what I wanted. I don't get along with them either. Ah, well, the hazards of being a legendary commander.
The Federation wing is up these steps.
And we have the ambassador, and it's not Jiro. Uh-oh. It's Jiro over there! There's no escape.
General Martok, on behalf of the United Federation of Planets, welcome. How may I be of assistance?
You see anybody who looks like Ja'ula wandering around?
Well, she's been a topic of spirited debate here for some time now. Her recent actions at Konos and Kuvat have placed the Empire into a state of civil war, after all. As to her whereabouts, Starfleet is doing all it can to find her and bring her to justice. But she is quite elusive, as one would expect from the leader of House Mokai. I am afraid I have no idea where she might be.
Really? Nothing you can mention under the table?
I have no comment in that regard. Though should the Federation's position on the matter change, I will be quite happy to let you know.
Yeah, I'm being trolled. Oh well, I suppose I might as well at least say hello. I'll be sorry, but here we go.
Hello. It's hard to believe this is real sometimes. Consider, 2 years ago, the Klingons and the Federation were at war, The Romulan Republic was in its infancy.
Can you buy that guy as a
and the
pet?
Dominion was a vast
No,
silent
no, you can't. Although you can make a captain as one of that species. The oh man, Cadians or something like that, if I recall correctly. Ugh, I can never remember. No, they're not Kilrathi. that would be a different franchise altogether.
And now, we have a grand alliance spanning across all 4 quadrants. A symbol of
the thing is,
diplomacy
that particular species was a C-store kind of thing. You had to
conflict and conquest.
pay
Now,
Zen,
it is a beacon to all,
which is the
a tribute
trade-in
to
for
peace
real
and
money,
friendship.
to make a character like that. That said, I might have eventually picked it up at some point, like in the last couple years, maybe. I don't actually remember. I've never been that motivated. I'm not a cat person.
Perhaps. I prefer to see Kittimer as a statement. Despite the great threats from forces like the Borg, the Iconians, and the Herc, when we stand together, we survive the storm.
Yeah? What do you think of Civil Wars?
Matriarch Ja'ula, Alliance efforts to bring her to justice and end her campaign of terror are in full effect, as you know.
No.
We've come too far together to see a misguided warrior from a darker time bring it all crashing down around us. We will prevail, my friend. Count on it.
May all your guesses be right. Alright, let's head over to the center wing, where we're going to find...
This is who Jempak chose to be our representative?
Clearly he's not a friend of Martok's.
Look there. Wait. Yes. I know your face. You're quite the hero, eh? Ah, my manners.
He doesn't sound so bad.
No warrior. What do you need?
Yeah, you know anything about Ja'ula wandering around?
Ja'ula? Pah! That craven witch doesn't have the spine to show her face. Even in a place like this, she's not even a true Motai. She married into the house to get her pathetic father out of debt.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
That line worth anything was Takuvma. Glory to his name.
Yeah, well, you know, I keep hearing he's been around here somewhere.
Gossip! The ramblings of old fools with dull blades and nothing better to do than run their mouth. Honestly, if you believe every rumor you heard, Ja'ula would be leading an army of augments with Caliths reborn at her side.
I'm ruling out nothing. Okay, the opposite side. Oh, that's interesting. Rugen's skill. He's changed. Or maybe not. Rugen's skill was originally the Cardassian ambassador before they retrofitted Garrick into everything. So it's nice to see that Rugen is still, you know, kind of employed. Now over here,
Romulan wing is up these steps.
I should get along with the Romulans, since, you know, I'm in the fleet.
Jolan True, your reputation precedes you. I'm honored to be in such esteemed company. And General Martok, I haven't seen you scowl that badly since you lost a full cask of blood wine to me at the gambling table.
Ooh, don't be poking Klingon today. We're looking for Ja'ula.
Ah, yes. The name on so many lips these days. Fascinating woman. I suspect she'd make a good Romulan.
Debatable.
After a visit to the tailor, of course. As for her whereabouts, I must disappoint you. I haven't the slightest idea where she is, and more's the pity. There's a considerable bounty on her head. Enough to buy a small moon, I'm told.
No kidding. Can you write the check out to Admiral Tillel?
It is possible that the matriarch has acquired a number of prominent figures to call friends of late. Not in a good way, mind you, but the time-honored Mokai way. Blackmail. It is also possible that several of those figures are present on Kittimer. Some in the shadows, and some in plain sight. I can neither confirm nor deny such suppositions, however. One would have to be in the Tal Shar to perform such a feat.
You know, I'm not going to say I'm suddenly suspicious, but I'm suddenly suspicious. Don't be invoking the name of the Tal Shiar in front of me. I get cranky. And now for the center-south area with the Dominion.
This one looks particularly smug, even for a Vorta.
Are you kidding? All Vorta look obscenely smug.
On behalf of the Founders and of the Dominion they created, I welcome you. Tell me, how may I be of assistance?
Yeah, have you ever met a crazed Klingon named Ula?
What a fascinating question. Can you imagine how chaotic it would be in this hallowed hall if that were so? I honestly don't know who would kill
You know, he kind of
first,
looks like an
though I
emo
suppose
Vorta.
the logical choice would be a member of the Klingon.
Oh god, yes, he's even got the attitude. You heard anything off the record?
I'm afraid I'm not one to give consideration to rumors and idle gossip. I am a Vorta, after all. We prefer to operate in the realm of fact and truth.
Since
I do
when?
wish you success in your endeavors, however.
She is here. I'm sure of it. We just need to keep digging. I believe it's time to escalate things. Let's go straight to the top, to the chairman himself. He's a crafty old schemer. If anyone knows, it'll be him.
Yeah. I feel kind of unclean having dealt with these ambassadors.
Their knives must be sharp indeed.
Oh, call back to the Ferengi quote. Sadly, I cannot have a mug of blood wine. It's probably for the best. Ooh, bright in here, and ooh, open to the sky. Very impressive. Very catchy. It's got the banners for, well, 3 of the 4 major powers in the area. Got the Klingons and the Romulans and the Federation. I guess they haven't gotten around to picking up the Dominion banner yet. And this is the chairman of the Khitomer Alliance, the overarching, well, I guess he's a bureaucrat.
Greetings, gentle beings. Until now, I have only known you by reputation. I am pleased to finally meet you both face to face. I've received word from Kronos regarding your mission here. How can I help?
I'm not really sure how the whole hierarchy of the Khitomer Alliance is handled. I mean, we have all these major governments part of it, but they have a chairman here, and at any rate, this is another version of Cat Person, incidentally. He's a Farasan, if I recall. And the reason they got put into the game was because the Klingon players were whining and complaining that they didn't have their own cat people. Sometimes it's amazing how petty the player base can be. Granted, this was a long time ago. They've been around for most of the game's lifespan at this point. So, know anything about Jula?
That would be unsettling if it were true. My security staff takes great care in their vetting procedures. If Matriarch Ja'ula has spies in the ranks, they'd know about it. I would know about it. Sadly, I think you're chasing your tail this one.
I think there are a lot of people who are seriously underestimating Ja'ula.
What's this?
What's what?
I think you need to see this. It just came through on all channels.
Now, who do you think it could be?
There was a time when I believed my brother's cry of "Remain Klingon" was unnecessary. That no true Klingon would need such a reminder. But now I know the truth of it. Then and now. There are those who have forgotten what it means to be Klingon.
Yep.
The tyrant, Jempak, seeks prosperity for his house alone, and tosses scraps to those he deems loyal.
I don't know, you keep running every time we've encountered each other.
Join me, and you can do the same. Join me, and together we can show Jempak what it means to be warriors, what it means to have honor, what it means to be Klingon.
Join me, and we can rule the galaxy together as father and... Oh, wait, sorry, wrong setting. Just realized that the Kilrathi were the main antagonist in Wing Commander. Star Citizen is in the same universe, right? No, I'm pretty sure Star Citizen is definitely not the same universe as Wing Commander. Nice, it was a good try though, which is why you wouldn't have heard of them before. Okay,
Impressive.
What's Martok talking now?
This is the break we needed. That signal didn't come from space. She's planet-side. Somewhere. So much for the chairman's vetting procedure.
Just because they were both Chris Roberts doesn't necessarily make them the same universe. Oh, they didn't even borrow some of the ships exactly. They just took the names of some of them. I mean, Freelancer is a good example. I'm pretty sure it's a very different ship in the Star Citizen universe than it was in Wing Commander. And let's see. I can't remember half the ships, honestly. The Hornet, I think, was also... Is that in both? Might have been in both. It's been a long time since I've looked up Wing Commander starships. Okay, if there's a signal from planet side, maybe we can figure out where it came from.
Start the trace in here. See what we can find.
Okay, let's see if we can find that signal.
You need to actually move to get a new signal.
Hey, I just did my first scan, Martok. Stop whining. I tell you. Klingons. Oh.
This is a localized signal relay. Clever. We're getting warmer, but we're not there yet. It looks like the signal's coming from within the chamber.
Yeah, could be right. It was only like 30, 40 years ago. Yes, thank you again for causing even more gray hairs to immediately start sprouting from my head. Thank you, Legend. Next, I'm going to need my white cane.
We should check the Chamber of Alliance for the broadcast signal.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we already determined that, Martok. Beginning to think that being stuck in prison for so long has atrophied your brains.
The signal is getting stronger.
Getting stronger, huh? Okay, I can accept that.
The signal is getting stronger.
Getting closer.
The signal is getting stronger.
Is it really? Is it really?
The signal is getting stronger.
Well, you know, there's only so far I can go before I'm, actually sitting on somebody.
The signal is getting weaker.
Oh, there it is.
Enough.
Ah, I went right through that dialogue. Another relay unit. Typical Mokai deception. Let's see that. If I'm reading this right, the signal is coming from the Gallery of Honor. Yeah, right behind me. Okay, let's see if we can scan the location here.
The signal is getting stronger.
Oh, that's nice.
Most human operas are timid, but I do enjoy the one with the clown.
Klingons and their opera.
Interesting. This relay unit is getting a signal from below us, in the underchambers. There's an access stairway that goes down there nearby.
They should bring the Kilrathi to Star Citizen. I don't know, there may be copyright issues involved. I don't know how that all works. I mean, Chris Roberts made the game and all that, yeah, but he was doing it for a company that was not CIG, since CIG didn't exist way back when. So I'm not entirely sure what the legal details would be. Besides, we've got the Van Duel, we've got the Xi'an, we've got the Banu. think we've got a couple others. I think things are getting pretty crowded as it is.
Here, this door should take us downstairs.
Come on, Martok, pick it up. I know you're old and feeble. It occurs to me that here we are wandering around, and I don't have a gun out. I realize that might be pretty provocative, but we are in a Klingon world here, so they might consider that just, you know, good manners.
The last time I was down here, I'd had too much to drink, and thought I was on my way to the transporter room.
Yeah, but we don't have talking spaceship flying lions. You are correct, sir.
Let's just say it's easy to get lost down here, and leave it at that. Know this. There are plenty of dark places down here where Ja'ula and her forces could be hiding. Keep your weapon ready. If there's one thing Mokai love, it's a good ambush.
Yeah, that means... Oh, and wouldn't you know it? A good Mokai ambush. So far, so good. The ambushers got ambushed.
Marta, why are you here? We're here for the matriarch. Where is she? You're making a huge mistake.
I'm sure. Tell me more about this huge mistake. House Kalek.
Marta, you of all people should know that Jempok is unworthy to rule. You carry the blade of Kalas. You led warriors against the Herc. Why do you follow such a dishonorable Bichnuch? Kalas he is not, but Jempok has preserved the Empire through many a conflict. I may not like him, but I respect him.
That's a fair statement.
He has preserved the Empire by making us the lackeys of the Federation. When the Herc returned, he hid behind his throne. That is not the way of a true Klingon. You should fight at Ja'ula's side instead of begging for scraps at Jempok's table like a toothless old tar.
Yeah, sticks and stones. Where's Ja'ula?
Do you take me for a Venturi? I will not betray the matriarch to the likes of you, Talk.
Yeah, that sounded rude. Martok, probably better on your ship than mine because, you know, I wouldn't want anybody to think that we might be mistreating them.
Stubborn fool, loyal. We're going to have to keep looking. Let's start with that door over there. Looks like the only unlocked one in here.
Let's start with it then. Looking for trouble. A console. Far be it from me not to activate it and see what it does. Let's push some buttons. Cameras. Ooh, I love cameras. Let's see camera 1.
I truly love the architecture here. Whoever made it has a great eye for the, I want to say, warrior mystique here. Oh yes, the warrior mystique.
Yeah, I think that is a camera I never want to use again.
What's a purple people dropper?
Okay.
A most delicious beverage. It's a mixture of Romulan ale and blood wine. You can tell if it has been mixed correctly by the shade of purple it becomes. I've yet to find a human who can drink a properly made one and keep standing.
Well, suddenly I'm intrigued, but unfortunately, we're busy. Camera 3.
This place. The food is terrible. The liquor is a joke. And everyone wants to argue about something. Yes, the last part is a delight, but the rest? Inconceivable.
That's a Tellarite, alright. And finally, camera 4. I sure hope there's something useful on camera 4. I'm gonna feel pretty stupid for going through all these cameras.
I must admit that there is some wisdom in what Ja'ula said today. The fact that Martok still breathes tells me Jempok became Chancellor through dishonorable means. I will listen to what she has to say. Where does she want to meet?
Oh, this could be interesting. Speak louder.
The chairman's aide is a close confidant of Ja'ula's. Talk to him, and he will make the arrangements.
That's not good.
Get ready for Mokai paranoia. You'll be blindfolded, unarmed. They even carry you so you can't count your steps. I did hear someone using a door passcode at one point, but that's to be expected. You'd be paranoid too if half the Empire was looking to send you to Stovacor the hard way. I will speak to Cassetta's aide then. Try not to catch any bugs down there in the dark, old friend.
Well,
sounds like we need to get our hands on that passcode. That Karuk we beamed to my brig probably knows it, but we don't have time to get it out of him.
well, you know, we do have another lead.
That band of Mokai we dealt with aren't likely to be the only rebels down here. Let's keep looking around. I wager we find more, and when we do, we'll just have to be very persuasive.
That really wasn't the direction I was going with this, but sure, what the heck. So we gotta go to the other side here, so we gotta go through this passage.
Is one of Lady Ja'ula's puppets. I'm sure of it.
Oh, we seem to have overheard a little something.
Some war hero here. Someone's going to choose their fate soon.
I think they're talking about me. Well, let's knock on the door. Hi! Well, that went rather well.
Do not let them pass. We must protect Ja'ula.
Is it one of my people who's doing the smoke grenades? Because those smoke grenades are tricky to see past. No, I only have photon grenades, so they must be smoke grenades being tossed by those Klingons. I guess their only way through is... Oops. Or they could be over here. Stupid smoke grenades. And apparently we kind of went through... Looks like the others went through here without me. Oops. Good going, bridge crew. Let's see. House Bavat.
I have nothing to say to you. If you're going to kill me,
Isn't
let
Bavat
me die
dead?
a warrior's death.
Oh wait,
In
they
Ja'ula's
removed those
name.
missions from the game, so God only knows what his status is now. Yeah, how did he get your loyalty?
When Bavat brought dishonor to the house, everyone within it suffered. We were shunned, cast out, abandoned. Like her brother before her, Ja'ula is giving the dishonored a chance for redemption. I will fight and die for her if it brings back honor to my house.
Yeah, it's not looking promising.
You are a prisoner now, but you need not be a prisoner without honor. We require the security passcode. If you give it to us now, I will protect you from Jempok's wrath.
Martok, that's not gonna work.
I do not wish to spend my days in the depths of Rurapenta.
I'll be damned. It does work. Okay, Martok knows Klingons better than I do. What a shock. Yeah, we'll protect you.
And mine. Once we have what we need, you will be released from the Rotaran's brig.
We even make sure that you're not sharing a cell with the other one so nobody wrings your neck.
Very well. There is a Mokai officer stationed closer to Ja'ula's sanctum. One of Ja'ula's best. He has what you seek.
Wait, you don't even know the code?
Warrior to warrior. Do not destroy Ja'ula. You must know her cause is just. Give her a chance to prove it.
Oh, please.
There's more to Ja'ula than I believe. She clearly inspires loyalty in her own forces, and has convinced many others to forsake their own house and follow hers. I'm picking up life signs. They aren't far from here. That's probably where the Mokai officer is hiding.
Maybe they showed more instances of her using the mycelial weapon on a civilian populace like he did not very long ago. Maybe that might get their attention, especially since they were Klingon civilians. Just saying. Okay, looks like now we go across. Oops, I may have made a wrong turn somewhere. There we are. Let's wait for everybody to catch up. Rock and roll! Use my new kit ability. So far, so good. Let's get some additional fire support here with my drone. I feel like I've been doing some sliding on the floor here. I hope it's not lag. And looks like we've got an actual Vokai here. This should be useful.
Listen closely, Mokai. I am running out of time and patience, which puts you in an unpleasant situation. I require the security passcode, and you are going to give it to me. As they used to say in the old days, choose your pain.
Poor General Martok, fatigued by the weight of his villainy. Go scream at the wind, old man. I have nothing for you but insults and scorn.
Yeah, you have chosen poorly.
That hole in your face is making noise, Totsak. It is irritating. If I could get my hands on you, I'd silence it forever.
Yeah, big talk from a guy who's been defeated.
I do, but I'd sooner dwell in Grethel than give it up to Black-Tag like you. And you, Martok, Blackie of Jimpok. How toothless you are, serving that piece of Warshak. You should have stayed in God's prison if you wanted a life of dishonor. It would have been safer for you, old man.
Oh, that's good. Keep poking the bear. That's real smart.
You're wasting your breath. He's chosen his pain, and I'm going to deliver it to him.
Well, you know, if I were a Starfleet guy, I'd probably, you know, say that it would be wrong to do what you're contemplating on doing to him and all that. But hey, I'm with the Romulan Republic, and I've dealt with the Tal Shiar in person. You're really not my business here.
You're bluffing. There is no honor in beating a captured prisoner.
There isn't any honor in being a captured prisoner.
You're serious. I can see it in your eyes. You're both willing to dishonor yourselves to get what Jimpok wants. Kiach!
Do I look like a Klingon to you?
Very well. I'll give you what you want.
491. I better try to remember that, because I'm sure if I don't remember it, something horrible will happen. Send this guy to the brig.
That console must be nearby. Search the surrounding area.
Well, I'll search the surrounding area by making use of my handy-dandy map. Thank heavens they have all the green to indicate unlocked doors. 491. Thank you, Cap. Now I don't have to worry about using my tiny brain to remember. I can just look at the chat and have the answer. Or I could ask Martok for the passcode. I could have done that too, but you know, I've got some pride here. Oh, too far, too far. Where's Decrement? Click, click.
Your bloodthirst has caused enough trouble.
My bloodthirst is what keeps us alive. We are Klingons, not spineless Gah. Or have you forgotten?
Consider your next words to me very carefully, Akka, for they may be your last.
I hope we're not interrupting.
I was just thinking almost the exact same thing. Violence will now... Not quite yet.
The man who should be Chancellor. What a disappointment you are. Have you come to bring me to justice? You and your lackeys. More fools chasing Jimbock's blood money?
I'd be okay with sending you to justice, but Martok here, he might disagree, especially considering how you keep giving him the cold shoulder, you diss him all the time. He might take it poorly.
Surrender to the likes of you? I think you overestimate your chances.
Thank you, Grand Moff Tarkin, but I'm not impressed.
Surrender, or fight, if you have the spine for it.
Ooh. Martok talking trash.
We're on the wrong side of history here.
Somebody fired on the defenseless civilian.
Get some of my fabrications rolling here because, you know, we're talking a pair of very formidable fighters here. And it would be very easy for us to get wiped out. I'm going to put a little bit of priority on Ta'ula, though, since, you know, Ta'ula being Ta'ula.
Foolish woman, I've had enough of your weakness. It's time.
Gee, Klingon treachery. Who would have guessed? Uh-oh. Super ninja guy there. I guess now we know where we're getting those mechliths.
Experience B.
Hui Cha! Filthy Marquis! You will pay for this!
Yeah, it sucks to be abandoned, doesn't it? Alright. Experience speed. Experience, what am I firing? Phasers or disruptors? Phasers. Experience phasers. Up. No! Better get her back up. And there goes Shayla, and there goes Varara Talon. Okay, prioritize. Varara Talon's the guy I need up. He's my tactical guy. I can work as an engineer since, you know, that's my training. Okay, he's down. And Varsel's getting Shayla. That's great. Alright, Ta'ula.
Filthy lie, Tuck-Hack! I will send him torn and bleeding to the deepest depths of Grathor! He may have swayed some of my crew with his words, but not all. Not yet. I need to leave this place and secure my ship.
Yes, someone seems to have forgotten the situation here. Allow me to remind you. You're currently now our prisoner. We have a brig waiting for you.
We don't have time for your games, fool! If I don't secure my ship, and quickly, Akar will. And you've already seen what he will do with the mycelium weapon. Yes, it was he who gave the order to fire on Kuvat, not I!
Say again? Flashback.
My lady, the battle goes poorly. We must withdraw.
Let's leave them something to deal with while we do. Gunner, target the shipyard and fire the weapon!
Belay that order. Target the city as we discussed.
Yes, cousin.
Gunner, what have you done? I ordered you to target the shipyard!
Dishonorable Baktak.
That city.
Boy, a car is a weasel.
There were no civilians on Kuvat, my lady. There were only Klingons. And all Klingons are warriors. You would be wise to remember that. Now every warrior in the Empire will know the price of standing against you.
And what price will we pay for this, Akar? And will we pay it here, or in Grethel?
If we are victorious, it would be a small price to...
Enough! Get us out of here! Maximum warp! Now!
Well, well, well. Dissension in the ranks. That said,
He's a schemer.
still not impressed.
We need to make sure he doesn't get control of that glorious relic Ja'ula calls a ship before it's too late. Let's get out of here. We'll figure out what to do with the matriarch later.
Can we just maim her a little bit? You know, slice off her hamstring? Give her a phaser bolt to the knee? Anything? No? The things we do.
More Mokai tricks. Contact your ship. See if they can beam us out of here.
Right. Agra, we've got Ja'ula. But get us out of here so we can, you know, skip the chase. We can't get a lock on you, Admiral. Something is causing interference. Of course there is.
It's a shielding system with a rapidly alternating phase pattern. The only people who know how to bypass it are Uka, my transporter chief, and me. If you want to beam out of here, you're going to need my help. Release me, and you shall have it.
You're very funny. That is a very funny joke. I didn't realize that Klingons had that kind of sense of humor.
Perhaps I can be of assistance?
Who the dickens are you?
My lady, I am glad I was able to find you. The situation
You know, she does kind of look somewhat familiar. Wonder if I ran into her while we were on DS9. And you're working with Ja'ula.
Why wouldn't I? She is the matriarch of House Mokai. And until her return, I was the last of House Mokai. She is my liege. We can discuss my lineage later. The enemy is moving and does not care about such things.
Yeah.
Jempok has brought a fleet above Kittimer, and Akar has transferred the mycelial weapon from the Lucara to Jempok's flagship.
Wait, so Akar is working with Jempok now? God, I hate Klingon politics.
Agreed. You, a Detpa. You managed to get in here. Surely you know how to get out.
I managed to get in here before Akar activated the shield. I'm just as trapped in here as you are, Martok. I do believe the matriarch has offered you a viable solution to your little dilemma, however. If I were you, I'd take her up on it.
Still dubious about that. It wouldn't surprise me if she, you know, found a way to get herself out and left us behind.
Listen, I could have shot you and Martok in your foolish heads while you were trying to open that door. You'd be dead, and your prisoner, and I would be on our way to safety.
He does kind of bring up a good point.
Beyond that now, yes? We now share common goals. Let her go, and help us put an end to Akar. After that, if you want to duel to the death or some such nonsense, we will be happy to oblige you.
It's a deal. Let's go for it.
Come with me. This building has many secrets. Let's get out of here, shall we?
You never told me about a back door.
You didn't ask. Be thankful I thought of it,
Detpa's a little bit of a troll.
The Mokai artisan designed these tunnels. Their secrets are ours alone. Hold. I want to be sure the other side is clear.
Judging from what I'm seeing on the mini-map, the answer is
Good.
probably
Let's
not.
go.
Hang a left. Yes, no, maybe. Oh, you know what? He's not saying anything, but I'm going to assume it's this way because this one's green.
Security.
I've forgotten more about security than Akar will ever learn, my lady.
Sick burn.
You never fail to impress.
I'm guessing we go up this way. Thanks to the fact that there's no green doors.
Quiet. Jabok's forces are ahead.
All right. Get ready for some mindless violence. There are sure a lot of them, aren't there? Let's drop the bomb on them. If I can get in communication with Jimpok, maybe we can, get this figured out. Well, that's surprisingly final. Unfortunately, it's not as final as I'd like because there are still more Klingons. Oh, hold on. Can I interact with these people? I'm getting this defend the innocence thing, but apparently defend the innocent means frying the Klingons. Challenge accepted. Oh goody, so now we're against Jimpok. I was pretty sure the whole point was, trying to help out, what's his name? Well, try to take out a car. Oh, the good news is I think your cat person is still alive, guys. Well, actually, no, that's not him. Sorry. I don't see Sugihara's here though. Looks like he's still kicking too. So the ambassadors are still with us. Let's get some shield recharge going here. Have we cleared out the Federation section? I think we have.
My warriors, they are outnumbered.
Jola, I really don't care about your warriors.
Even his own men are dead. Jempok won't get away with this.
Okay, we have a problem here. Let's take the crystal here to get myself some healing going. And recharge my shields. Ooh. Defeat Commander. I believe I've gotten an Endeavor out of the way somewhere along the line. Was it Universal?
What is the old saying?
Might have been a Universal.
The enemy of mine.
How about that? Yeah, we're not exactly friends, Jola. Let's stick around with uneasy allies.
A fitting term. Very well. Let's get to it. Wait. Transporters. Jempok and Akar are sending reinforcements.
Awesome. Let me slap down my fabrication here and get ready to start shooting people. I hope to God that wasn't Kagran over there. Oh. Yeah, Jarrod was a pretty decent guy, all things considered, for a Klingon, but of course he was House Duras, so you can only expect so much. Well, the good news is, Gerard is the...
Follow me, unless you lack the will to fight.
Boy, the group of Klingons that were standing over here got wiped out like just like that, because I didn't even get a shot on him. Gerard, be a warrior. Don't be a coward. Fight like a Klingon.
Follow me, unless you lack the will to fight.
You're better than this, Kelvin. Don't become
You dare me of dishonor? Die!
Gerard, you got a big yellow stripe on the back of your armor there, so I'm not horribly impressed with you.
What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, I want to have a talk about your aid a little bit there, Chairman. This all could have been avoided if your aid had, you know, been vetted properly for security.
What is going on? Outward comms have been jammed. Klingon forces are beaming down and attacking civilians. Matriarch, you said something like this wouldn't happen. I should have never agreed to shelter you here.
Well, you know, I was going to pin it all on your aid, but it looks like you've more or less spilled the beans on your own complicity. You idiot.
Save your petty judgment for someone who cares. Jempok has been a problematic leader for some time now. I thought Juula could remove him from power with a minimum of bloodshed. Clearly, I thought wrong.
No kidding.
Enough! We need to deal with this before it escalates beyond our control, if it hasn't already. Jempok is up to something here, and he doesn't want any witnesses.
Yeah, well, you know, between the two of us, Martok, we are pretty prominent people to just casually wipe out.
Aren't you the master of understatement? Chairman, give the evacuation order and then head to the transporter room. We will get you out of here in one piece if we can.
And we'll get the wounded out as well. Meanwhile... Is anyone getting Death Star and Jeddah vibes here? Oh, yeah. They're using their mycelial weapon now. Yeah, that's not good.
This is no way to die.
Yeah, pride. Not gonna do the pride thing here. I do want to remind you, though, that that was your weapon doing all this. Now, theoretically, there are 15 civilians who need to be rescued, and oh good, we have a Laki, too. So the fun never stops. Actually, I'm going to get the one over here first, it's closer.
This way.
Oh good, and my officers have been sent ahead, so there's just me. Awesome!
Watch out for Ilachi.
And it looks like Varara Talon's already been pasted. Oh no. Sorry, Varara. It was nice knowing you. I think I'm gonna have to take Varara out of my rotation here on in because, you know, I can't justify him coming back from the mycelial toys. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky. Let's see who's closest to the doors before we start trying to save people. Yeah, here we go. See, if I hadn't done this, this guy would be so dead. Of course, things aren't looking so good for me at the moment, so... Okay, this guy first. try to get the people out of here before advancing the wall of death kills everybody. Although I'm not optimistic now. Somehow, call me crazy, but I don't think I'm going to get all 15. Ah! Okay, well, that's that for them. Oh, it's over here. Was that the Federation side? Did Sugiura get out? Or did we... we may have gotten rid of the Federation ambassador. Love to stay in chat, Alachi, but, you know.
You need to keep moving.
Yeah, thank you, Captain Obvious. I should put a Captain Obvious meme or something for key to a hotkey somewhere, just for moments like this. I don't even know why I'm bothering to rescue these people, since, you know, I can't get all 15, but gotta do the right thing here, you know? Just wish it didn't take so long to get them up and moving. Yo, excuse me. And if I can get whoever's on the other side here. Yeah, you're the one. How are we doing with advancing wall of death? So far, so good. I might be able to go to this side and start up over here. Seriously?
We're almost there. Keep moving.
I'd love to, but some of your fellow Klingon warriors are being annoying, so please do me a favor and shoot them. And wasn't there... Oh, well, I guess there isn't anyone over there.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Okay, I think I've gotten as many people as I'm going to get. Because I think the other two are already dead. This is really not a good feeling. Did I miss somebody? I think we can definitely say it's time to go.
The transporters have been scrambled by Jampok's forces. I can get them working again, but I need some time. I would rather not beam into a bulkhead or get duplicated.
Then start doing something. Okay, well, let's see if I can at least hinder them a little bit. Oh god, it's the Amok Time noise. Oh no, it's not the Amok Time, it's the Doomsday Machine. It's that music going on in the background. Bad sign. And it looks like they are overrunning our defenses. Never a good sign. As Pavel Chekhov would say, Now would be a good time. Oh, my cover shield's gone. Need to keep hindering them. Make them work around it. Okay, that's not exactly hindering them at all, is it? Oh, that's also inconvenient. Big wall of death is closing in here. A dead pog, get your butt moving. We're all going to die. Now a dead paw. Finally.
What happened here? Jempak has dishonored himself and his house, and this attack will be avenged.
While we're here, Varra Talon is now dead. So we are going to replace Varra with... Let's see who we got there now. Not Tovin. We're going to go with Can I go with Lauer? We can go with Lauer. And we're going to have to change up his abilities here because... Okay. Okay, you know what? Forget Lauer. We're going back to Tovin. Lauer's abilities just suck too badly. And Varra Town is replaced by Tovin here as well. Yeah, they're getting started without us, apparently. Right. It's not the best time, but the people you rescued on the surface want you to have this. I've gotten 13 times 50 dilithium ore. Not bad, huh? So, rescuing those people did have a benefit after all. It's very rare for an optional objective. Now, where the hell is Jempak?
So, you have joined forces with the Mokai barbarian, eh? You would stand against me and the Empire? So be it. I will give you all a traitor's death.
Jempak, you just tried to kill me! How do you think this is going to end?
So you're an idiot and a liar. The weapon is in your hands, fool.
Yes, my men took it from your ship after your heinous attack on Kittimer.
Lie all you want, coward. The truth will be heard.
Okay, well, it seems that the Klingon Civil War has just taken a very personal turn. And I'm not sure I'm on the right side of it. It's been a while since Tovin Kev has had any responsibilities on my bridge crew or anything like that, so it's definitely a new experience to have him back. Oops. However, I see that actually he's been on here, it's just that he's had the secondary spot, and Varra Talon seems to be in it. Oh, thank God. Kagran, Enterprise. That's good news.
We came as fast as we could. I need a situation report. What is going on here?
Let's see, is this a Universal Station? Then maybe we'll yank off the, It is a command ship, isn't it? No, that's not it. Okay. I'm just trying to swap through my options here, and they all kind of suck. We'll put Lauer in that spot, and we'll fiddle around with his abilities at some future time. Yeah, Kagran, we've got a problem.
Be silent. Captain Cochrane, these traitors have betrayed the Alliance. They have joined House Vokai and launched an attack on Kittimer. You can see the results. None have survived. They must pay for their crimes, Captain. Arrest them at once.
Kagran, you know better. We worked together during the Iconian War. You know me better than that.
I find this hard to believe. I have orders from the Chancellor of the Empire. I cannot disobey. I am placing you all under arrest. Surrender, and you will be given a fair trial under Klingon law.
Hey, we can prove everything we've said.
This is madness. You have betrayed the Empire and launched a cowardly attack against innocents. Your dishonor knows no bounds. I should kill you where you stand, but I'll give you one chance to surrender.
Corrin, how long have we known each other?
Captain Corrin, it's clear we need to know more about what happened here. There has to be a better explanation. I'm asking you to take a step back and hear what they have to say. This doesn't need to end in violence.
Thank you, Captain Sean. Rationality.
Enough. I refuse to listen to more Mokai lies. Captains, hear me now. You have your orders. Carry them out, or you'll be dealt with alongside the terrorists.
Boy, he sure sounds like the rational guy here, doesn't he? Red alert!
Disable them. I want to know what they're up to, and you can't interrogate a corpse.
I get that. Oh, shut up, Dula. You don't get a vote. We can always kill them once we know their plans. There's a Dead Fuzz practicality. Okay, time for some reinforcements from someone who isn't involved. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you, thank you. We got your back, Enterprise. And trust me, Sean, this isn't nearly as crazy to you as it is to me. You know, those exploding starships kind of make me wonder if that disabled thing is really happening here. We're going to save Kittimer and the big ships for last. The Fortescue and the Kittimer are going to be ships that are very dangerous to deal with, and I don't want to be tipping our hand early. Oh, that's it. I better do the miraculous repair now. Of course, it also occurs to me that there's every possibility there's going to be an endless number of ships until we take care of the Fortescue and the Kittimer. Okay, time to cloak. I'm gonna need to do this the Romulan way, by shooting them in the back. That didn't do nearly as well as I was hoping. Whoa, not good, not good. More reinforcements. Bring on the Herc. When you're going up against Klingons, hit him until it hurts. I know, that was bad. I'm horrible. Well, the good news is Fortescue is taking damage. Bad news is I'm taking damage. Worst news is they got the shields back up. Oh. Yeah, that was a salvo I was not ready for. Okay, let's go in cloaked. Yeah, there's an awful lot of reinforcements there. And I couldn't help but notice that all my reinforcements are all the way back there. And Fortescue is repairing its damage. It's not a good sign. This gets more and more complicated, doesn't it? Need a focus fire on these guys. It's awfully hard to do when there's two major opponents. More reinforcement time. Get the Delta Quadrant guys out here. Okay, we've almost got the Fortescue disabled. It would be nice to think that we can get them down to 20% to be disabled, but I have a feeling we'll get a lot lower. Eight, 7, 6, 5. Come on, 5. Come on, that 5. Oh, come on. Give me that 1 percentage point. Okay, it's disabled. Awesome. That leaves the Kittimer. Does want to take care of this bird of prey so it doesn't help out. I'm going to let other guys deal with that bird of prey and start hammering Kittimer. Kittimer looks like it's in bad shape. It's got full shields, but at least the hull is down. They want to keep hammering the hull? I'm all for it. Ow. Okay, let's do a cloak and attack. Give ourselves as much bonuses as we can. And we'll just kind of hang for about, 10 seconds. Perfect. Oh man, he didn't even notice it. Thank God I've got other people here. More Herc. Oh, hold on. We just got... Day late and a dollar short, guys.
This is no victory, traitors. Every warrior in the Klingon Empire will seek revenge for this. There will be no safe haven for you, no place to hide. You will all be hunted like animals, and you will not die as warriors. No, you will be taken alive and locked away for the rest of your days in a place that will make you beg for death. A mercy I will not allow.
Zimpok, you don't know it yet, but today will be long remembered. It's a day you royally screwed yourself over. Just saying. And...
To warp, and he took the weapon with him. This was unfortunate. I appreciate your restraint in the battle. Too many people have died here today.
No kidding.
I'll do what I can to take the heat for this, but you need to lie low for a while. I don't think I can guarantee your safety under current circumstances.
So, looks like we're going to kind of be on the run for a bit. Thanks, Captain.
Your friend is wise. As of now, we're all living on the edge of a knife. The day to avenge Kittimer will come, but it is not this day. Come, a dead pa knows a few tricks when it comes to keeping a low profile.
Great. So, in a horrific reversal, I am now working with Ju'ula. I'm not laughing. Much. I mean, Zimpok's always been, you know, a little tightly wound, but he really went off the bend here, didn't he?
Strange, isn't it? Hours ago we were enemies, and now we must trust one another to survive.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Our enemy is a madman with the power of an empire at his command. The path ahead will be challenging, but it is one we must follow. I hope you're ready. Consult with your crew and wait for Uned Pa's signal. We will make our next move soon.
Alright, we're going to grab those dual nanopulse necklets because, hey, ninja! And yes, by accolade, I am an enemy of the Empire. Well, this is definitely not where we expected to be here, is it? Let us take a moment to remember our fallen friend, Barara Talon, a warrior without peer, sucked up by the mycelial wave and lost to us. We will remember him fondly. Let's at least pull the loot off. He can keep his Polaron toy and the Ketracel White. But his toys are now going to Tovin. Oh, do we have anything else on Aurora that was not Ketracel? No? Good. Tovin Kev. He was with us in the beginning. It feels appropriate that he will be now with us in the end. However, I am not in love with the selection I have for a couple people. Specifically Lauer, who has picked up the spot here. I mean, I do have... Well, then again, I do have some... Let's take a look at my candidates, shall we? Who do I have for tactical? A Riemann tactical officer candidate. He would give me the torpedo spread and cannon rapid fire. Well, you know, it's awful hard to go against that. I have a human tactical individual here who would give me tactical team and torpedo spread too. I like this better. So we are going to have a Starfleet representative here. You may join us. We are going to rename you because I can't stand Johnny. Sorry, it's true. Oh, let's go here. Oh, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I'm going to. If for no other reason, for the fact that I want to be able to use the Timmy fell down a well kind of joke. Timmy is going to be our new representative for the Romulan Republic, and more importantly, the Alliance. And that means I need to fiddle with the uniforms a bit here, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them. Let's see. If I'm lucky, I have Tovin saved, and I'll be able to modify his uniform to match that. If I'm lucky. It's possible that I've saved the uniform. No, give me the outfit. It's possible that over the years I may have made 1 or 2 uniforms. I am having trouble finding. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna have to deal with that some other time. Oi. Of course, the question then becomes, when am I going to do that? Because I am kind of unable to go to, shall we say, better places. We will get it worked out at some point. But in the meantime, we can put him in the spot down here. Stations. Remove Lauer. Put in Timmy. Timmy. I am a horrible person. I accept this. And I believe that I got an Endeavor. Yes, I got that Universal Endeavor pack. Let's see what's inside it. I might have 5 random entries, which can each one can be dilithium, energy credits, mark choice, R&D, or a specialization point. Personally, I'm rooting for the mark choices because I'm running low on my Romulan marks and I really need them. No, of course I get the garbage pack. R&D materials, energy credits. Oh, and I got a little bit of dilithium ore. Yay! That didn't sound sincere, did it? There's a reason it didn't sound sincere. You know what? I've been carrying around this First Contact Day badge box forever. Let's finally use it. I'm gonna grab the Klingon badge. And got a blind invite here to a fleet. And we'll open these requisitions just for giggles. Nukara gave me an environmental suit. I'll be feeding that to the replicator. New Romulus gave me a stun pistol. Not horribly in love with that either. You're out. Have a good night. Fun watching. Hey, take it easy, Cap. See ya next time. And you know what? Actually, as I look at the time, we are getting close to the 10 o'clock p.m. hour. And it may seem obvious, but I'm probably not going to be able to get another episode in the next 5 minutes. I mean, I'd have to be doing this on super high speed fast forward. That's not going to happen. So we are going to leave off Admiral Tellel in this rather sticky situation of being hunted by the Klingon Empire and possibly the rest of the Khitomer Alliance as well. What a lousy place to be. How will she get out of this? Tune in next week to find out, as I once again stream Star Trek Online next Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I will also, of course, be streaming Star Citizen on Saturday afternoon. That takes place from 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I hope you have all enjoyed the stream today, whether you are here live or if you're watching it on video on demand here or on YouTube. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you being here to hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I guess that's a short answer. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.